Welcome to A Scientific Life. I'm your resident health expert. Today, we're talking about the liver. Think of it as that one legendary employee who never takes a sick day, never complains, and works around the clock. But here is the terrifying catch. This overachieving organ can be 70% destroyed before it even whispers a word of complaint. No pain, no dramatic emails to HR, just silent suffering while you sip margaritas. The liver doesn't have pain receptors inside it, so when it's inflamed or turning into a literal block of fat, you won't feel a classic stomachache. Instead, it sends bizarre, cryptic SOS signals to the outside world. If you enjoy a stiff drink, or if your true soulmate is a glazed donut, you need to decode these signals immediately. Because your body's ultimate toxic waste disposal plant might be on the verge of a total meltdown. The human liver is a biological marvel, performing over 500 vital functions every single second. It filters toxic blood, synthesizes crucial proteins, and stores energy. It's the superhero of your internal universe. It securely stores essential energy in the form of glycogen. Imagine if this massive industrial factory just decided to stop working for a single day. The sheer chaos inside your body would be absolutely catastrophic. Without the liver's constant filtering, hazardous waste would immediately start to accumulate. Your pristine bloodstream would become a thick, toxic sludge, violently crashing your metabolism and shutting down systems. Because it hurts so deeply inside without triggering local pain, we are forced to play detective. We must meticulously observe the weird external symptoms instead of waiting for a dramatic internal explosion to happen. Signal number 1. Chronic, unexplainable fatigue. You just slept for a solid 8 hours, yet you wake up feeling like you were hit by a truck driven by a sloth. No amount of espresso shots can fix this exhaustion. This isn't just you being delightfully lazy. When the liver is working too hard and can no longer effectively manage toxins, those nasty little poisons freely circulate in your bloodstream and head straight for your brain. It drastically affects your neurological and muscular systems. Your body feels like it's dragging heavy sandbags because your liver is literally screaming for help. It's overwhelmed, exhausted, and completely burnt out. If you are constantly feeling tired all day like this without a clear reason, you need to deeply analyze your symptoms. Pay close attention to your daily eating and sleeping habits because your liver is fighting a war. Signal number 2 is a weird one: skin issues, specifically an intense itchiness all over the body. You might blame dry weather or a brand new laundry detergent, but this specific itch is actually caused by liver disease. A distinctive feature is that this itch feels like it comes from deep within the skin. It's like your actual bones are itchy, especially on the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. It is incredibly maddening. This condition is caused by the heavy accumulation of bile salts in the bloodstream. When a damaged liver is unable to efficiently excrete bile through normal channels, it stubbornly seeps out into your surrounding tissues. These rogue bile salts aggressively stimulate the skin and nerves, producing severe symptoms. It's your body's desperate way of trying to sweat out the toxic waste that your failing liver simply refuses to process anymore. Additionally, if you start to see weird red spots where capillaries spread out like a creepy little spider web, take note. Finding these on your chest or upper torso is a massive, glowing neon sign of severe liver trouble. These spider angiomas happen because the liver is having major trouble processing estrogen hormones. Don't overlook these small visual details. This is the secret visual code your liver is using to beg for immediate help. Moving on to signal number 3, absolute digestive chaos. Many people experience intense bloating and massive amounts of gas shortly after eating a freshly prepared meal, especially if that meal was gloriously high in fat. This happens because a primary function of the liver is to produce bile, which acts like dish soap to break down heavy fats. If the liver starts to malfunction, bile production drops sharply, leaving fat horribly undigested. This poorly digested fat ferments, resulting in a tremendously large amount of gas in the stomach and intestines. You might suddenly look 6 months pregnant with a food baby, and it is entirely due to liver incompetence. Many observant people may also notice that their stool dramatically changes color. It becomes oddly faded, pale, or has a weird shiny appearance and floats stubbornly on water. This is a topic nobody wants to discuss at dinner. This floating phenomenon means your body is completely losing its ability to absorb vital nutrients, particularly dietary fats. It's a huge waste of energy, and frankly, a tragic waste of that expensive avocado toast you ate. This is no joke. If left untreated, the body will severely lack fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K. This deficiency will negatively affect multiple other bodily systems in a terrifying rapid chain reaction of doom. The fourth glowing signal is a terrifying change in urine color. Normally, if we are simply drinking too little water, it results in dark yellow urine. That is just standard dehydration and easily fixed by drinking a glass. But what if you've already chugged a gallon of water? Urine that is consistently tea-colored or dark brown is a massive sign of exceptionally high bilirubin levels. It looks like you're peeing out dark roasted espresso shots. Excessive bilirubin is a toxic yellow substance resulting from the natural decomposition of old red blood cells. Normally, a healthy liver processes this junk and efficiently eliminates it through the digestive system as waste. When the liver is broken and not functioning well, this bilirubin builds up and is frantically excreted through the kidneys instead. This desperate backup plan is exactly why your urine takes on such an abnormally intense color. This dark urine symptom is very often accompanied by the terrifying yellowing of the eyes, which the medical community calls jaundice. That's right, if you look in the mirror and see your eyeballs turning into bright lemons, that faint yellow mark is a blazing red alert signal. You need to see a doctor as soon as humanly possible. Do not wait and let your entire body turn yellow like a cartoon character, because that means severe hepatitis. The fifth and most unusual but extremely important sign is edema, which is severe swelling. This bizarre fluid buildup typically happens only in the lower legs and ankles, thanks to gravity pulling the fluid straight downward. Why on earth would liver damage cause your ankles to swell up? The answer is protein. The liver is exclusively responsible for creating a crucial protein called albumin, which performs the magical function of fluid management. Albumin acts like a sponge that powerfully attracts water to stay neatly inside the blood vessels. When the struggling liver produces less of this vital protein, water freely leaks from the blood vessels into surrounding tissue. It can swell up dramatically on the side. A simple, slightly fun way to check is to firmly press down on your shin or the top of your foot with your finger for 3 seconds. If the skin feels like memory foam, be worried. If it leaves a deep dent that doesn't immediately return to its original shape, that's bad. Suspicious edema may also occur in the belly. You might have a heavily bloated stomach like an overweight person, but it is just fluid. Basically, there is massive fluid buildup in the abdominal cavity. This incredibly uncomfortable condition is called ascites, and it clearly indicates the terrifying stage where liver fibrosis has already started to severely worsen. Now, let's look at the actual causes of liver damage. Some certainly consider alcohol to be the absolute number one culprit. It's the classic villain everyone knows, treating your liver like a boxing bag on a Saturday night. But in modern times, there are other, more insidious enemies. A new and even more terrifying villain is pure sugar. Refined flour and hidden sugars are the leading cause of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease worldwide. It affects millions of people everywhere because of how we eat. If too much highly processed fructose is wildly consumed, the liver becomes the only organ forced to take on the massive responsibility of digesting it all. If there's more sugar than the liver actually needs for energy, it panics. It will quickly convert all those sweet, innocent sugars directly into stubborn fat. This fat is then greedily stored right inside the liver itself. It remains trapped within itself until the liver begins to visibly enlarge and develops chronic inflammation. Imagine a once healthy liver completely choked and suffocated by a massive, inescapable blockage of fat deposits. How does it work to reduce sugar intake? Well, aggressively cutting out sugary carbonated drinks is the absolute key to basic liver health. To regain your strength and vitality again is a totally different matter entirely. What many people completely overlook is the severe danger of drug overdose. Medications are necessary, especially painkillers, but popping them like candy is a disaster. The poor liver has to work incredibly hard to break it down. Take paracetamol or certain unverified herbal remedies. These potent compounds in medication are tough. If we take paracetamol in excessive amounts or via continuous daily consumption, the liver will suffer acute toxic shock. If left for too long, the overloaded liver may experience sudden acute failure. It just quits its job and walks out. Surprisingly, the culprit could even be those fancy, expensive dietary supplements you bought online. Some trendy products boldly claim to help detoxify the liver. In reality, processing these mysterious pills can actually add a massive burden to an already struggling liver. The absolute best way to care for it isn't a pill. It's not about aggressively forcing something strange into the body, but rather reducing its daily burden. To allow the liver to actually rest sometimes, we should always consult a medical professional before taking anything. Gain real expertise before starting any wild supplement routine because it directly affects liver function. And speaking of rest, you only have one truly free magical cure: sleep. It is extremely important for liver repair. Eastern medicine wisely believes that the critical period between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. is the time when blood is most active. It will circulate most abundantly deep into the liver for intense processing and deep cleaning. It works to aggressively repair and detoxify. If we foolishly force ourselves to stay up, working, or doomscrolling on mobile phones during this specific time, we directly damage the liver. We miss a golden recovery window. Notice how people who regularly go to bed super late always seem to have dull, lifeless skin and are easily irritated? That's because their poor liver never gets a break and remains heavily filled with circulating toxins. Dangerously high levels of toxic residue remain trapped in the body. Getting to sleep soundly at midnight is the ultimate way to go. It is literally the most economical and effective way to maintain long-term liver health. It allows the factory to return to work efficiently. Try drastically changing your atrocious sleeping habits for just one single month, and you will find that your body feels noticeably more refreshed and incredibly vibrant. It's so beautifully clear it will surprise you. Now, let's talk about emotions. Uncontrolled, fiery anger has a very direct negative impact on the liver, according to ancient textbooks. Your road rage is literally toxic. Traditional Chinese medicine states that the liver is a master organ that involves meticulously managing the smooth flow of energy within the body. Our bodies react violently when we are extremely angry or heavily stressed. Over time, this crucial energy flow in the liver can become severely blocked. This physical blockage can result in random chest tightness, severe shoulder stiffness, and a generally miserable existence for your upper body. It can massively affect the shoulders or even completely disrupt the entire digestive system. Managing your stress is not just about mental health and feeling zen. It is literally about taking physical care of your liver. For robust long-term health, try finding just a little time for meditation or light exercise. Go for a peaceful walk in the local park and let your tense body actually feel the gentle touch of nature. Touch some grass. Sometimes simply letting go and relaxing will help immensely. It helps the liver function much more easily and strongly promotes overall cellular health. A healthy body always begins with a calm, peaceful mind from within. Let's always be happy together. Now, let's talk about the fun part. Foods that are incredibly good for the liver. We are talking about mighty vegetables. Specifically, the crunchy, slightly bitter cabbage family members. Things like broccoli or cauliflower are absolute superstars. They contain powerful, magical compounds that help stimulate natural cleansing enzymes. Even banana blossoms have unique properties that assist in this deep clean. Here is some amazing news. Drinking black coffee is also very effective at detoxifying the liver. Yes, your morning addiction is healthy. In appropriate amounts, about 1 to 2 glasses per day, research confirms its power. It can legitimately help reduce the severe risk of terrifying things like liver cancer and cirrhosis. It keeps the liver tissues incredibly safe. But remember, we mean black coffee, not a massive sugary caramel frappuccino. Another hero is turmeric, which contains a miracle compound called curcumin. This bright yellow spice can help drastically reduce widespread damage. It is absolutely excellent for treating hidden, stubborn liver inflammation. Always choose natural whole foods that have not been heavily processed in a factory. Minimal processing is the absolute best way to maintain the plant's nutrients. And don't forget to drink plenty of pure, clean water. Water fundamentally helps to efficiently eliminate dissolved waste from the body. Now, combine that with regular exercise, and your liver will endlessly benefit. Thank you so much for choosing to eat good, nutritious food. These nutritional choices, along with consistent physical exercise, are critically important. Moving your body actively burns stored energy and helps rapidly reduce visceral fat. The fat that has stubbornly accumulated in the liver is aggressively removed by simple activities like brisk walking or light jogging. Just 30 minutes a day of breaking a sweat can help massively. This can quickly help restore liver enzyme levels to normal. Incredibly, you don't even need to overexert yourself like an Olympic athlete. It's tough at first, but make sure to do it consistently. Losing just 5% of your total body weight can have a wildly massive impact. It's incredibly good for your liver's long-term health. It is a very diligent, hardworking organ if you just help it a little bit. By moving your body, he will generously repay you by doing the exact same thing for you. Purifying the blood makes it crystal clear and lets you know it's working. You will immediately feel noticeably more energetic every single day you wake up. Now that I'm back to living my best life, I want to emphasize the absolute importance of getting professionally tested. It's about scheduling those annual health checkups. Many people are terrified to go to the doctor, fearing bad news. But a quick, simple blood test is vital. Checking your ALT and AST enzyme levels is the only definitive way to tell if your liver is secretly okay. Is there silent inflammation? Sometimes these specific values may drastically increase long before you show symptoms. Furthermore, massive medical problems are very often discovered in the early stages through these tests. This makes treatment significantly easier and wildly increases the chances of a full recovery. Do not wait for pain. If the deficiency is very severe, don't wait until visual symptoms vividly appear. If you only see a doctor when your abdomen turns bright yellow or becomes hugely swollen, that might be the stage of permanent scarring. The damage is already extensive by then. A simple health check is the single most valuable investment for your own life. Trust me, early prevention is remarkably easy. It is always better and far less expensive than surgery. Much more so in the long run, beyond just eating and sleeping well. Environmental toxins also heavily contribute to the hidden damage. The liver is constantly assaulted by harsh chemicals from household cleaning products. Clean your house of toxic pesticides from unwashed fruits and vegetables. The poor liver even bears the heavy burden of filtering invisible air pollution. Washing your produce thoroughly before cooking helps reduce this load. Let's quickly summarize. Chronic fatigue, deep itching, bloating, dark urine, and swollen ankles. If you experience more than 2, see a doctor immediately. Your liver is a miraculous, self-regenerating biological marvel. Treat it like your most loyal friend. Good nutrition and rest are all it asks for. Thank you for listening to A Scientific Life. If you loved this, subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. Stay healthy and see you